Hello everybody, welcome to another Rick's Picks. Today I'm going to be doing my review of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figure Kirby by NECA. Now, this figure first showed up in Donatello number 1 as the character Kirby. Now, as you can tell, the character is based off of the legendary comic book artist Jack Kirby, whose art is so famous that it's even being used today, and he is one of my favorite comic book artists. So the whole premise of this is the factor that he has this magic pencil that brings all his, art to life and what have you, and he works with Donatello to, do a mission, what have you. So I've always been a huge Jack Kirby fan. I'm really excited to see what they actually do with this figure. So with all that being said, I do want to mention that I do have a membership program. So for $2 a month, you get a lot of really cool stuff like blooper reels, behind the scenes, and much, much more. Okay, so with all that being said, roll that intro. Alright, so here he is in packaging. You pretty much have your standard Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle packaging for their comic book figures. So you have Nickelodeon up here, NECA, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, some comic book art, his name, and then you got a nice open window where you can see him and some of his accessories. Come around to this side here, you got your Turtles logo, a continuation of the window, the art from the front again, and NECA plus Nickelodeon. Come around to the back. They give a couple ideas on putting the action figure and poses from the comic book and one of the little creatures that he created. Plus, you also have a couple more figures that are part of this wave and the NECA logo. Come around here, you get some killer art. So you get this really nice picture of him, the monster, the Turtles logo, and Nickelodeon. Now, I always love when they use comic book style art. I think that looks really good. I really do like that. All right. You look at it from the top. You have your age restriction, choking hazards, Nickelodeon, Ninja Turtles, and a continuation of the window. And underneath, you got your legal and skew. So, all that being said, let's open them up and see what he's about. Okay, so here he is out of packaging. I do like the profile to him. The first thing we're going to do is start going through his points of articulation. So the head does move. All right, you do got a shoulder joint here. Don't go as high as I'd wanted to, but it is there. There's a swivel in there, an elbow joint, a wrist joint. All right, get this other side up. Do have a joint at the hips, and you also get a little back and forth motion. You got a thigh joint with a swivel, a knee joint, a little stiff, but it is there. And you also have an ankle joint. All right. Get that arm back down. So, as you can see, everything moves pretty well. The shoulders could probably use, to be a little bit looser. But now let's start getting into his finer points. So first, like always, we're going to go look at the head first. I do like the head sculpt. I think it looks really nice. It definitely captures that comic book feel to it with the black lines and stuff to it. And I also feel like it really captures a really good look of the character from the comics with hints of the real Jack Kirby in there. So I do like that overall. All right. Same with the rest of his body, from his sweater down to his jacket and shoes. You can see a lot of these black lines which bring out the detail in the figure. Come around to this side. You get a good look from this side to the back to this side. You can see the detail in hair and everything in his arms. Even when you look back here, you can see it. And back around to the front. So overall, I do think he's a pretty good looking figure. So now let's start looking at the different accessories that come with him. So first off, he has an open hand here. All right. He has the other open hand. Okay. He has a holding hand here. Okay. He got his pencil hand here. Right next, and this is going to be hard to see because I got big hands and this is really small. Here's his pencil here with the crystal that allows him to make things come to life. I'm going to spin it around so you can also see the tip of it as well. All right, next up is his sketchbook. Oops. Right. On this, you can see like one of the creatures that he sketched up. On the other side here, you can see Donatello. All right. He also comes with his arm cannon. I believe the Fugitoid actually came with a toy similar to this. All right. So that's pretty cool looking. And then he also comes with this like space alien critter. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put him aside for a minute. I'm gonna take a good look at this old guy. See, he's pretty neat looking. As if he'll stand. All right. Yeah, stand. Well, anywho, let's go through his points of articulation first. So his head does move. Get a shoulder joint. All right. And you get a thigh joint on him. All right. Let's see if we can keep him standing. Can. So let's give him a rotation because he's a really neat looking monster. I love all the detail in him. I like how they do up all the black lines along his body. Like all that detailing in his legs. And there he goes. He is a little hard to keep standing though, unfortunately. As you can see, I'm having some real problems getting him balanced out to stand. All right, hold on. Man, even that's too big. There we go. Put it around his head. All right. So I just gave him a little stand here to help hold him up. Just so you can see all his little detail and what have you. So he doesn't stand very well on his own. All right. But he still is a neat looking little guy. Now he also has his own little weapon too. It's like this little pickaxe. Why I have him sitting here. Let's see how well this goes into his hand. Oh man, that hand is tight. All right, this is going to be fun. Actually, maybe it's meant to be this hand. This one looks a little bit more open than the other. Ooh. All right, well, this isn't working for him, so we'll come back to him in a minute. All right, take that over there. Let's get back to good old Kirby here. So let's try some of these different hands. All right, last hand. All right, so let's put this holding hand here. Get rid of this fist. And this holding hand here. All right. So these two hands work fine on him. I'm going to guess that this one is meant to hold the sketchbook, which it does pretty good. I don't have any issues with that. All right. You could probably give him this if you really want him to have it. Though it was actually meant for Donatello to have it. But if you want him to wear it, it is doable. All right. Pull this arm off. And put your other holding hand on. That over there. So he has two holding hands. I don't understand why they needed to give him a bunch of holding hands. I guess just in case somewhere down the line you want to give him something. Or even you want him to hold this little weapon here as well. All right. Let's work that into his hand. There we go. So he can hold this little weapon thing if you want him to. And now, for the main piece, is pencil hand. Uh-oh, he just lost a hand. All right. So his pencil hand is now in. I'll just grab this hand just for the moment. All right, let's see how well he holds this. I would think that you would probably hold it from the bottom. All right. So he will hold the pencil in there. All right, whether you want it to come through the top or through the bottom, he definitely does hold that. All right, so in a wonderful world of toys, when things don't want to fit right and, weapons don't want to go in the hands, I always turn to my good friend Mr. Hot Water here, because of the factor in doing so softens up the hand and allows it to be more pliable so you could get pieces in without worrying about breaking them. So it's a good, safe method. I use it a lot with a lot of my other figures. I know other people also use like heat guns and stuff. That makes me a little bit nervous because heat guns can get a little too hot. And then, boom. Now, if you look how easy that hand opens up. And I can easily, boom, put this old weapon thing in his hand. Let's get this over here. All right. Boom. So as you can see, he holds it pretty well, just with a little bit of heat, and it doesn't have to sit in there long. I only had that sitting in there for a couple of seconds, and now you can have it hold that weapon. All right, so let's get into my final thoughts with this guy. So first off, all his joints move very well. No issues with the joints. His shoulders were a little bit tight, and they don't go up as high as I'd like, but overall it works with this particular figure. All his accessories fit fine in his hands. His hand swapped out pretty well. No issues there. And I do like the overall look to him. Now, as for his little alien buddy here, he doesn't stand very well on his own, so you're going to need some sort of stand for him. As for his little weapon here, you are going to have to use hot water to get it into his hand. But once you heat up the plastic, it moves very well. The weapon went in pretty easily, so there's no issues there. So would I recommend this figure? Absolutely. I love this figure. All right. I love the factor that this character was in the Turtles and that he is a tribute to Jack Kirby. I'm a huge Jack Kirby fan. I love his art. So not only do I love this character as a Turtles character, but as a comic book artist character overall. And I like this little creature here. I think he looks really cool. I love the attention to detail to him as well. So hopefully you guys like this review. The first thing I want to mention is my shout outs. My first shout out is going to go to Byron Bassett and his alter ego, Humongous. He has his own channel and show on YouTube. Go ahead and check that out. And also the Reddit group, Action Figure Geeks. I've been a part of them for a while now. They do support the channel. So both Byron's and Action Figures, the details are in the description. Their links are in the description, so check all that out. Plus, check out my membership program and my Ninja Turtles playlist. Plus, hit that like, share, and subscribe. They're all small clicks for you, but it really helps this channel grow. So, into the next one. Late.